Hey everybody, I'm Phillip, and today there's going to be a sort of reaction and kind of review to WrestleMania 39, nights 1 and 2, respectively. I say sort of reaction because I don't know what these are going to be. I want to give you guys reactions, but they are really hard to get past copyright and YouTube. I keep trying different things, and the Rumble was blocked worldwide, and the recent AEW one was blocked worldwide, and it's just like, maybe eventually I'll just do reviews, like just quickie reviews. I will still have reactions over on Patreon if we have to go there. Extended reactions are already on Patreon in general, but if I can't bring them on YouTube anymore, they'll be Patreon exclusive in the future. Justin joined me for night 1, which was really cool. I really like being able to watch wrestling with him. It's very few and far between with our schedule, but that was cool. Also on night 1, the audio is a little worse. So I salvaged what I could from the audio on night 1. It's not very good. But yeah, this is probably the most excited I've been for WrestleMania in a while. So we're going to start now with night 1 of WrestleMania. As said, I apologize for the audio. I did what I could. And as always, I apologize for any stammer, stuttering, slurring, or mouth noise. I have a speech impediment and glandular issues. It acts up sometimes. It's acting up right now. So I try to remove it in post, but it does come through sometimes, and I do apologize. All right, I have spent enough time talking, y'all. Let's get to the show. All right, so we just finished WrestleMania 39, night 1. We had a chance to take a small break because 4 hours of a show is a lot. We learned the hard way that the phone we record off of can only handle 3 hours and 40 minutes. Now I know. I should have fast forwarded through a lot of those.
Commercials?
Yeah. All the commercials. Oh no. We cut off like right at the end of the main event. So, and you may have noticed that the reactions are just the endings of the matches and no footage. Sorry. Just because of these videos getting blocked worldwide on YouTube. I don't know how to get them past copyright and have footage in them. So, yeah, what did you think of the show?
It was good.
Yeah, what was your favorite like match? Or we can go through and talk about the matches, and we can talk about your favorite after that if you want, so I can jog your memory.
It was the one with Charlotte and
Rhea?
yes.
Yeah. What did you like about that one?
I'm not sure. It had a much more powerful story to it, I suppose.
Yeah, if you'd been watching like over the course of time, the main event, like the tag team match, was like the best story. But the Rhea Charlotte match was really cool because it told like a multi-year story of Rhea beating the insurmountable foe that she never could, and she finally did. And they have such good chemistry. But we'll get to that. We'll go through the matches, talk about them really quick. Again, this is a work in progress, y'all. Like, I've been trying to do wrestling reactions or reviews for you in some manner since the channel relaunched a couple years ago, and they all get... So yeah, we had Big Match John come back, and he faced Hypothesis in the opening match. That was a garbage nothing match. It was a TV match. It was not the weakest match on the night, but I may be in the minority here, but I thought it was a horrible match and an awful way to start off the show. Like, just, yeah. And of course, in Big Match John, I'm going to bury the person on the microphone fashion. If Hypothesis won, he lost. If he lost, he lost, according to John, because that's John's doublespeak promos. Super glad he's not full-time anymore.
You're not in the minority. When I saw it, it was, well, very easy to see that it was acted. It wasn't good acting.
There you go, yeah. I like I said, I don't look at it from that point of view, but yeah, since it is kind of like, a combination of like jocks and theater. Yeah, the acting. Cena's still king of the spot callers, man. You can hear him. So, it was a name match. And then we had the 4 tag team match with Braun Ricochet versus the Viking Raiders, who can fuck off, versus Alpha Academy versus Street Profits. This was a surprise of the night. This is a very entertaining match. I thought it was going to be a filler match, but it ended up being very good. I'm glad that Ricochet got to show off what he could do. I'm glad it was cool to see Chad Gable's Chaos Theory suplex to Braun. That was crazy. And the right team won. I like the Street Profits. Not the biggest fan of Angelo Dawkins, but Montez Ford is a star in the making. So it wasn't a right match, and it should have been the opener because it was really good.
It was better than the first one.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. And this is a non-fan. Like, he watches occasionally, so that's why I like having you along, because you have a different perspective on wrestling. Then we had Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
I said it when we saw a previous show with him in it, and again I'll say it. He's really annoying.
He's supposed to be.
He was on the screen for only a few seconds, and I already found him annoying.
There you go. He's professionally annoying and gets paid a lot of money because of it. This match was okay. I had higher hopes for it going in, given how athletic both men are. Like, it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't like a great match. And we've seen Logan Paul have better matches. I thought they would mesh well together. And I thought the reveal of who was in the Prime Energy bottle was like, I don't know who KSI is. I'm like,
I've heard of him.
I live under a rock. I do YouTube for a living, but I don't like do YouTube. And my YouTube, like, it's very narrow. Like just things that I like. So, like, I've heard of the name, but I just don't know who this person is beyond what they described on the show. So yeah, this match was okay. It was alright. Like, it didn't exceed my personal expectations. Then we had Lita, Trish, and Becky versus Damage Control. Lita needs to not be in the ring anymore. I love Lita. I do. She was definitely innovative back in her day, but she cannot go anymore. And she really dragged the match down. Trish was okay. She was, I think Trish has always been like a fitness person, so she's always just been athletic. And Becky is Becky. And can we just break up Damage Control already? Because, like, it just tarnished Bayley in her comeback. Io went from being probably the best women's wrestler on any roster to being this. And yeah, just break them up. It was the second worst match of the night. And yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah. That's all you can say about that one.
Not good or bad, it simply is there.
It had good
entertainment.
It had good moments, but it has had some bad moments, and they were mostly Lita moments. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to like be mean to Lita. Like, she just obviously just can't go anymore. So I appreciate them having a moment, but I think that dragging the old guard out, let's put that to rest. I think Damage Control could have had a better match with, like, Becky, Piper Niven, and insert third person. That would have been a much better match. Then we had Ray versus Dom. We had this father and son matchup, this intense, heated rivalry. Oh my God, Cinnamon Toast Crunch everywhere.
Yes.
It ruined the vibe. I get that a sponsorship, and it wasn't like the Pitch Black Mountain Dew match. But man, like, we had like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch monster on the outside of the ring, and it ended up being no one. I thought it was gonna be like Finn or Priest or somebody who came down, and they were.
I suppose that they contributed the most.
Yeah, I know. It just felt
most
like
money.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
maybe that's why they were all over the place.
Yeah, it was just. It really took me out of the match. It was just a little too much. Other than the Bloodline feud, this was the best booked thing. Like, the Dom's story has been so good. It was just like, I don't know, it was too cartoony. Like Ray's like whipping Dom's ass with a belt, and there's just a Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, come on. This match was fine. I'm going to be in the minority here, I think. It was booked backwards. Dominic should have came out to Eddie's music in the lowrider for maximum nuclear heat. I get why they did it, but I think it was backwards. Dominic should have won. I laid it out during the show. Dominic should have, at some point in the match, stolen Ray's mask. Of course, I wasn't expecting Ray to wear like a massive Great Muta plasticky mask. I thought he was going to wear a normal mask. But if he's wearing a normal mask, steal his mask, and then when Ray's covering his face, because you know you don't want your face to be seen, Dominic like rolls him up and puts his feet on the ropes to get the pin, and then Dominic keeps that mask as a trophy, like he wears it around his neck, like on a chain, and he talks about the one who ruined the legacy of Rey Mysterio. If Dominic cheated to win, took Ray's mask, and then cheated to win, the crowd would have just been so hot at him in like the best, worst way possible. I think this match really killed a lot of Dom's storytelling coming into this. I don't think Ray needed to win. So you have Dom win. He can say that he is the best Mysterio. He, overcame. He came out of his father's shadow. You migrate to a feud with Santos Escobar over the pride and like the legacy of Rey Mysterio. He's defending the honor of Rey Mysterio because Ray can't because he had his mask taken. So you have Santos Escobar. We build towards that feud with Dominic in trying to, honor Rey Mysterio. Then we have Ray's redemption arc to reclaim his mask in a future rematch with his son. Dominic is like the biggest heel in wrestling after this. Let him still use Eddie's music. Let him still use Eddie's music and the lowrider and all of it. I think there's a huge missed opportunity here. I didn't care for the match, and Corey Graves and Michael Cole were super annoying during this one. So, yeah, I didn't like the way it was booked. Wrong person won. I mean, they could pivot. Maybe they have an idea for Dominic, but right now, as of April 2nd, early in the morning, it's light out. We're going to bed soon. Didn't care for it. And yeah, for all the reasons I stated. So, any thoughts you had on the...
Usually I don't condone violence, but and I know it's acting, but he pretty much deserved being slapped by his mother.
Oh, yeah. He's so good at it. Like, this is a huge missed opportunity for me. So the wind was kind of taken out of my sails on it a little bit. But then they were put right back in there with Charlotte versus Rhea. This was my match of the night. I thought it was really good. You said it was the one that stuck out the most to you in the beginning.
Oh, yes. It actually looked so authentic.
Yes.
And the Queen, she admitted defeat with style.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
That she still maintained her dignity because, well, she actually earned that belt.
Yes. It's just a culmination of, like I said, multi-years of storytelling. Charlotte being the dragon and Rhea finally slaying this dragon. And they have such good chemistry together. Like, they had this match at WrestleMania a couple years back during the pandemic with no crowds. Good match. But it was just, I can't do wrestling without a crowd. That's why I stopped watching for a little while. So I had to dial this back in front of a crowd with our styles, because they meshed so well together. It was really cool to see. This and then the next match were just like 1A, 1B for me. But this one eked it out just because I'm a huge fan of both wrestlers and the right person won. It was just well done.
I'm still trying to figure out how she didn't break her nose. There were at least 3 times that it could have happened.
Yeah, that one German suplex was nasty. Yeah, Charlotte's facial expressions are so good. So are Rhea's, but they're so similar, and they just gel so well. So yeah, I could watch them wrestle all the time, and I'm glad they got to do it in front of a huge crowd this time. We had an impromptu match as we had The Miz versus Pat McAfee. I ran out of battery on my phone for this. I missed the last 5 minutes. I checked. Last 5 minutes of the main event, where I react to Usos finally losing, is gone because of this garbage.
It was a joke match.
I know, but I think if you're going to do like a mystery surprise thing, I don't like Pat McAfee much anyway. He's good and he brings a lot of energy to the announce table, but he has one of those punchable faces, and just in the way, and his accent irritates me. Like, he's like a duck. Bionk. I don't know. He just I don't like him. Not as a person, like he's probably a fine person, but as like a personality, he just gets on my nerves. And this cost the reactions to the main event because, yeah, it was meh. Then the main event we had for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. We had the Usos defending against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Where this huge, like, this feud has been culminating for a while, and it's the best storyline in wrestling in the last year. And also, do your taxes. Do your taxes. I get advertising, but holy hell, this is like advertisement mania. It was a little excessive. At least we didn't have like a TurboTax box dancing outside the ring for this one.
Don't give them any ideas.
I already did. I'm glad this main evented. I mean, I would have been fine with Charlotte and Rhea main eventing, but this with a story needed to main event because of the emotional resonance it had.
Yes, it was. I also thought that it was a good story.
And we had an El Generico reference from Michael Cole. Holy crap. I think it's cool the Usos went from like the Kings of the pre-show to the main event of WrestleMania. It's a cool story. And this match was everything it needed to be. From the storytelling to the way it was booked to the winners, the right people won, how it was laid out. It was well done. Well done. And yeah, it's going to set up for tomorrow night, I think, very nicely. So I'm not going to say anything for spoilers, but I hope something happens in the main event of tomorrow that we'll see what happens, but I hope it happens. And overall, it was a solid show. Other than the opening match, which was a nothing match, it was a TV match, and I don't even like John Cena. I don't. But this did nothing to make Hypothesis look credible. Like I get he's kind of a he's a smarmy douchey heel that cheats. But it didn't like make him feel any more special than he did coming into the match, which is just very much because I don't rate him, and it didn't make me rate him anymore. And then some of their matches just didn't hit their peaks. The six woman tag was eh, and then the stupid Miz McAfee stuff. So I go 8 out of 10 on night one. The last two matches were stellar, very good, and yeah, so
it was alright.
Yeah, congrats to Justin for staying for the duration. You won't be able to see it because of YouTube. But if I can do an extended reaction on Patreon, you can see some of it there. Except for losing the end of the main event because of Pat McAfee. So I blame him for that because, yeah. And I will probably have nightmares with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Monster fighting the Prime Bottle. Advertisement menu. All right, it's gonna wrap up night one. I'll be doing night two tomorrow. You have to work, but I'm going to watch it and know that I have 3 hours and 40 minutes to finish the thing. So I'll be fast forwarding through parts, like all the ads, and then I will show you the matches I wanted to show you anyway. But for now, that wraps this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Until then. Goodbye. There's so much stuff on this card I'm looking forward to tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for night 2.
Many unbearable hours later.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I'm calling it. Night 1 was Triple H. Night 2 was Vince. It was almost like Vince is like, I'm back in charge now. I'll give you this one night, and then I might be overreacting, but this felt like a Vince McMahon booked WrestleMania. Just absolute wow, in the worst way possible. So yeah, that's just overall stuff. I didn't think this night was very good. Omos versus Lesnar was booked weird, which ended up being a running theme for the entire show. The WrestleMania showcase with the women's wrestlers. At least Raquel had a showing, and people like Liv got to do some stuff, and Shotzi and Natalya got to do some stuff, and Sonya and Chelsea got some stuff in. So poor Lashley, and even Titus was more annoying on commentary tonight. Did you notice that? Like, last night he was really good. He added to the match. This time he was just eh. Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew was amazing. Match of the night. Easily. If Cody had won, I don't know. It would have been like 1A, 1B. Bianca versus Asuka. Bianca wins, LOL. That's all I'll say about that. Shane McMahon came back and embarrassed himself because he is an embarrassment. Like, tell me Vince isn't back without telling me Vince is back. If I'm wrong and he's not, what the hell? Like, just tell me this did not feel like his fingerprints. Edge versus Balor, Hell in a Cell. The Demon's dead. It was already kind of on life support after falling off the top rope and losing. But yeah, it was corny. It was just a little too corny. The chairs being red and purple, and the kendo sticks being red and purple, and the table being purple. That was just such a Vince, like, literal thing to do. I know it sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, but it's just like Vince is so uncool that everything he thinks is cool is not cool, and it sticks out. That just, I don't know, like, it probably shouldn't bother me as much. It's spectacle, it's WrestleMania, but that was just the wrong way to do it. That didn't work for me. Roman versus Cody was telling a good story until the end. I don't understand why Roman would retain. I just, like, I like Roman's character. I do. But this was the time for him to drop the belt. I guess the 1,000 days was too tempting for them. This is, yeah. I hate to say it. I do. I'm sorry, but this was like a 4 out of 10. And that was all 4 of those are for the Intercontinental title match. That was a banger. I want to go 5, but I can't. There was something wrong with every single other match on the card. Overall, night 1 was much better than night 2. Better booked, better paced, better laid out as far as how the stuff in the ring was going. Everything felt backwards or weird, which is a Vinnie Mac special. Everything felt corny or Again, a Vinnie Mac special. And yeah, like, I was really, really excited to show Justin this night. I was gonna show him some of these matches. I might show him the Intercontinental title match, but I don't want to show him anything. I don't want to show him anything from this night. This was not very good. I think 4 is generous based on the IC title match. Yeah. If I am on my island of irrelevancy by myself on this one, I understand. Vince is back, y'all. He's got to be back. So I want to eulogize Triple H's WWE because I want to be super dramatic. It was nice while it lasted. I'm glad he got the chance to show what he could do, and not everything was perfect. He ruined damage control, but it was nice to not have our intelligence assaulted. It was nice to not feel talked down to. People had their own voice. People could go back to 2 names, and Otis could grow his beard out. It wasn't just. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Vince McMahon is the reverse King Midas. Everything he touches turns to shit. He is bad at this. World's greatest promoter. We'll never deny him that. He made a self-sustaining entity that he could just be horrible at and still make money. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this was but this just feels like his handprints are all over it. Yeah, so night 1, Triple H, night 2, Vince. And yeah, what a disappointing end. So on paper, night 2 looked like I was excited for it. All right, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna go let this sink in and kind of about it. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of nights 1 and 2. What was your favorite match of both shows, actually? As for me, I really liked Charlotte Rhea, and the IC title match was which was the best match of the night. And then I also liked the tag team title match. That was so well done. Like, night 1 was just well thought out as far as how the matches should go. This felt clunky and weird almost every match, except for the IC title match. And of course, the main event just taking the absolute wind out of everyone's stuff. That is another Vinnie Mac special. End on a down note. So yeah, unfortunately I have to end this video as well on a down note. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of WrestleMania 39. Am I just being a drama king, or do you agree with me? Let me know. Not looking forward to where this goes though. But I will watch the next one because it's going to be in Puerto Rico, which should be pretty cool. And and I probably messed that up, but I don't care. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. If this can even be seen by the world, we'll see what happens. Until then, goodbye.